A very good morning to all my 10th class students. Today we will discuss the civics second chapter, federalism. Now, as in the chapter power sharing, you studied about the sharing of power, but in this chapter you will study about the division of power. In the chapter power sharing, you have studied about Belgium and Sri Lanka. Belgium stands for power sharing and Sri Lanka stands for federalism. Now here also there is the example. Just read it. Let us go back to the contrast between Belgium and Sri Lanka that we saw in the last chapter. You should recall that one day key changes made in the constitution of Belgium was to reduce the power of central government and to give these powers to regional governments. Regional governments existed in Belgium even earlier. They had the roles and powers, but all these powers were given to these governments and could be withdrawn to the central government. And second definition is that federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of our country. Like in union government structure, you have studied that there are three organs of the government, that is executive, legislature and judiciary, and the power is divided in executive, president, prime minister and council of ministers, legislature, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and the judiciary, Supreme Court, High Court and District Court. Now, there are some key features of federalism like, first, there are two or more levels of government. Yes, union government, state government and central government, state government and local government. There are three levels of government in our country. Different tier means levels. Different tiers of governments govern the same citizen, but each tier has its own jurisdiction in specific matters of legislation, taxation and administration. Now, jurisdictions means area under power. Suppose जैसे हम लोग हाईवे पे चलते हैं तो बोर्ड लगा रहता है कि थाना, जैसे सपोज हम लोग अतर्रा से बांदा जाते हैं, बांदा से अतर्रा जाते हैं, तो थाना बांदा समाप्त, एक बोर्ड लगा हुआ थाना अतर्रा समाप्त, यानी कि उस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट तक ही अतर्रा थाने का एरिया है, जुरिडिक्शन है. यहाँ पे क्या दे रहा है? इन स्पेसिफिक मैटर्स ऑफ लेजिस्लेशन, टैक्सेशन एंड स्टेशन. क्योंकि जितने लेवल होंगे उतने उनको फाइनेंस की जरूरत पड़ेगी. वो कहाँ से आएगा? उसके लिए भी एरिया अलग अलग स्पेसिफाइड होता है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, the jurisdictions of the respective levels or tiers of government are specified in the constitution, so the existing authority of each tier of a government is constitutionally guaranteed. Now, every part of every sections of government need not to quarrel or conflict with other sections that what is my area under power, what is my jurisdiction. It is already written in the constitution. झगड़ा करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सभी ब्रांचेस जो गवर्नमेंट हैं सबके एरिया प्री डिसाइडेड है. द फंडामेंटल प्रोविजंस ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कैन नॉट बी यूनिलैटरली चेंज बाय वन लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. सच चेंजेस रिक्वायर द कंसेंट ऑफ बोथ द लेवल्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. सम फंडामेंट, इफ वी वांट टू चेंज एनी लॉ, एनी रूल, रेगुलेशन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, then only one level of government, that is central government, state government or local government, cannot alone can change the rules and regulations in the constitution. ये in the other words cannot be unilaterally changed. मतलब कोई एक गवर्नमेंट अकेले चेंज नहीं कर सकती है. The particular government had to consult with the other two governments. Next, courts have the power to interpret the constitution and the powers of different levels of the constitution. Supreme Court, the highest court in India, have the power to interpret the constitution. Any decision, if we have any rules and regulations, if we have to change the constitution, we have to follow the Supreme Court. Sixth point, sources of revenue for each level of government are clearly specified to ensure its financial autonomy. Now, if every level of government want to progress, it needs money. So sources of income are also clearly specified in the constitution, from which source the particular government can get the revenue. The federal system thus has dual objective. मतलब फेडरल सिस्टम मतलब जो पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम है उसके दो ऑब्जेक्टिव होते हैं. फर्स्ट, टू सेफगार्ड एंड प्रमोट यूनिटी of the country while at the same time accommodate regional diversity. पहला क्या होता है कि सुरक्षित करना unity of the country. Second point is that at the accommodate regional diversity, many people can live together peacefully. Clear? Today I will teach till here. Read this topic carefully and read the previous chapter power sharing also very carefully. Clear? Thank you. Now, from next class, I will teach from here the exact balance of power between how to maintain the exact balance of power between the central and the state governments with local government. Thank you.